You are one decision away from glowing and growing into your dream self.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the Sweet and Savage Show.
In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you the secret to glowing and growing into your dream self. If you want to know what that secret is, then keep on watching. If I look back in the past, there's one thing that I started that made me glow and grow into my dream self. Now that thing is starting my self-love journey, building a healthy, loving relationship with myself, and practicing self-commitment, learning how to prioritize myself and focus on myself, and nurturing my relationship with myself, and giving love and care to myself, and falling in love with taking care of myself. Before you say, but how? How is that gonna make me glow and grow into my dream self? Well, let me share with you from my own experience and my story, how I went from having a relationship with myself and hating myself. I had no sense of self, no self-respect, no self-worth, and from someone who didn't even know how to take care of themselves and not liking being single and not liking being alone and only focused on other people, to someone who has a healthy, loving relationship with themselves and knows how to take care of themselves mentally, emotionally, physically, and is committed to themselves and prioritizes themselves, and how I'm happy being alone and single and much more, and how that made me glow and grow into my dream self. Many people, when I say practicing self-love, the only thing that comes to their mind is,
oh yeah, I just need to love myself. Oh yeah, I just need to accept and love myself.
which is true. Self-love does mean loving yourself, obviously, but the majority of the people don't even know what self-love truly means and the various aspects and factors that play into when it comes to the relationship with yourself that can help you glow and grow into your dream self. And this is something that a lot of people don't know about. And that's exactly what I'm going to be explaining to you and showing to you, even through my own story and examples of how starting my self-love journey and building a healthy, loving relationship with myself and practicing self-commitment and all the other factors that is part of self-love is the secret to you glowing and growing into your dream self. Now, here's a funny example that I want to demonstrate to you. It's not a funny example per se, but it's a very good example, so bear with me. You are just like a plant, meaning this plant that looks really beautiful, right? Healthy, strong. When you grow a plant and you give the plant or the flower water, and you give them enough sunshine, and you give the plant or the flower any kind of fertilizer, and what will happen is the fact that that plant or flower is going to grow into a beautiful, strong, healthy plant or flower in other cases. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because we are the same way. When you take care of yourself, when you nurture yourself, and when you practice positive self-talk and you're putting all of this positivity and love into yourself, you're going to flourish and grow and glow just like a beautiful plant or a flower. And we are the same way, which is the reason why I used the plant as an example. I was unable to be alone with myself in the past because I was a codependent, and I always would find myself in a connection because I didn't want to be alone. And I wanted that validation, that love, that attention that I didn't receive in childhood. From experiencing childhood abuse, I was craving that through other people. So I decided to give all of that to myself. The love, the validation, the acknowledgement, telling myself all of the things that I really wanted to hear from my parents growing up, but that I didn't. Telling myself all of the things that I really want to hear from myself because I didn't know how to give myself love and validation. Me learning how to put all of the energy and focus back into myself. When I spent so much time in two toxic connections, I started to focus on myself and my own life and my own happiness and my own relationship with myself. And a lot of people don't do that. They be wasting their time on other people and focused on the wrong things when they know that they should be focusing on themselves. And guess what happened? I blossomed into my dream self. I put all that love, that energy, that effort into myself. nurturing my relationship with myself, showing up for myself, giving myself all the love and validation, spending time with myself, having fun on my own, learning how to be alone and happy, learning how to be single and happy. Because you cannot glow and grow into your dream self if you have a hole inside of your chest, if you're waiting for someone else to save you, if you're waiting for someone else to make you feel beautiful, make you feel good enough about yourself, make you feel worthy and deserving of love. The very love that you are responsible for giving to yourself. You are responsible for the relationship that you have right now. And it's time that you take responsibility and you start loving yourself, because self-love is your responsibility and nobody else's, which is the reason why I want you to pour all of this love, energy, and effort into yourself and focus on yourself and prioritize yourself and commit to yourself and showing up for yourself and taking care of yourself. Whether that's you showing up for yourself for your self-love sessions, as well as practicing self-care, and start taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, and watch what happens. Watch the way that you start feeling, acting, and thinking. All the love and care and positivity that you are putting into yourself will start to reflect when it comes to yourself, but also when it comes to your life. True glow up comes from internally and then externally, in my personal opinion. Because you can look really good external wise, but feel like absolute on the inside. So I know a lot of people feel that way, which is the reason why I mentioned this when it comes to the flower or the plant. Because if the root is not good, as in if we do not feel internally good, we cannot glow externally. That radiance will not shine through your aura, your energy. Just like that, a plant needs to grow from the roots in a good way so that they can grow into a beautiful plant and a flower. When you nurture yourself, you put all of this love, positive actions, and you treat yourself with love and respect, that glow is going to radiate from within and externally in your aura and your energy and the way that you speak, the way that you carry yourself. If I compare myself to my past version of myself and her aura or her energy, I may say the fact that my energy and my aura is much stronger and bigger and radiant and more confident because I am glowing and radiating from inside out. You know, the power comes from here. The glow comes from here, and then it reflects externally in your energy, in your aura, and also when it comes to your physical appearance, by the way, when you start taking better care for yourself. As in, when you start better taking care of your skin, your hair, when it comes to taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, you really start glowing from within, and that reflects in your physical appearance. So the transformation happens within, and then it leads to an outward transformation to you taking better care for yourself and your overall well-being. You cannot glow and grow into your dream self or your ideal self when you hate yourself every time you look at yourself in front of the mirror, or you hate yourself and tell yourself all kinds of negative things throughout the day. Every single time when you wake up, you do not feel good enough. You always compare yourself to other people. You compare the way that you look to other people, or the way that your body looks to other people, or who you are to other people, and it's like so on and so forth, and you are your own worst enemy. You can never glow and grow into your dream self when you hate yourself. The glow up starts when you start your self-love journey and when you practice self-commitment. When you start loving yourself, you start to accept and embrace and love who you are, your authentic self. You glow inside out. You glow from the fact that this is who I am, take it or effing leave it. I'm not gonna change myself just to please you. I'm not gonna change myself just so that you can like me. This is who I am. I am proud to be myself. I don't want to be anybody else but me. I don't want to look like anybody else but me, because I am amazing. I am wonderful. I am incredible just the way that I am. That you are worthy and deserving to love yourself for who you are. And as well as when you start to love yourself, you start to know your worth. And what happens when you know your worth? Well, when you know your worth, you know what you deserve. You know that you deserve the best. And you're going to start to expect the best in every aspect of your life, because a lot of people don't feel like they're worthy of living their dream life, or receiving a specific amount of money, or they're not worthy of having a specific type of relationship. You cannot glow and grow into your dream self if you hang around with people that treat you like crap, that do not see your value. For example, if you hang around with the toxic people, you can never glow from the inside out, let alone you can even grow into your dream self. So when you know your worth, you start to see your value, how valuable you are. I know what I bring to the table. I know my worth. I know my value. I know that I deserve the best. I know that I'm worthy of receiving the best out of life, out of every aspect of my life. So now you see how self-love can help you glow and grow into your dream self. When you start practicing positive self-talk, and when you start feeling beautiful, attractive, when it comes to the way that you look, and when it comes to your body, embracing your unique features, you start to glow from within. And when you start to feel confident, when you start to be your most unapologetic version of yourself, when you start to express yourself the way that you desire, when you start to show yourself the world your true version of yourself, when you start to love yourself, you start to respect yourself. And when you start to respect yourself, you start to stand up for yourself. You start to set boundaries. You start to speak your truth. Because you cannot glow and grow into your dream self when you are a people pleaser. When you let people walk all over you, when you start to speak your truth, when you start to set boundaries, there's this power that you feel coming from within you, this spark. And that is part of true glow up. This you stepping into your power, and that comes from you being on your self-love journey, you learning how to love yourself, and you learning how to build a healthy, loving relationship with yourself. You're going to glow and grow into your dream self when you start to respect yourself. And as well as when you start talking with yourself in a positive way, when you start being your own biggest cheerleader, you are unstoppable. You are radiating confidence, power, and magnetism. Because when you are confident, when you're self-assured in who you are, the fact that this is who I am and I am proud to be myself, and I embrace and accept who I am, I don't want to be anybody else but the most unapologetic version of myself. You radiate this confidence when you walk, when you speak, wherever you go. You stand up tall, you show more of yourself. You are not afraid to be in the spotlight. You're not afraid to show other people who you really are. You're not afraid if Sarah doesn't like you. You don't give a F if Bob doesn't like you. As well as, most importantly, you cannot just start your self-love journey and abandon it. You cannot just show up for yourself once and then abandon yourself. The power lies in you practicing self-commitment, nurturing the relationship with yourself, showing up for yourself on a continuous basis, and learning how to prioritize yourself and your own needs, learning how to put yourself in the first place, focusing on yourself. And the way that you do that is by showing up for yourself for your weekly self-love session. This is something that I talk about on my channel. This is something that you are going to know if you watch my videos when it comes to self-love, because this is exactly how I built a healthy, loving relationship with myself. And this is how I am glowing and growing into my dream self, is by showing up for myself every single week. Once a week on Sunday, I have my self-love session for 30 minutes to 1 hour, because sometimes my self-love sessions tends to be a little longer, but that's okay. That's more than okay. It started off with me at the beginning of my self-love journey, when I wanted to learn more about self-love, when I wanted to learn how to love myself, right? You don't learn everything about self-love in one day. That contributes to you having and building a healthy, loving relationship with yourself. You need to learn all of this step by step along the way as you go along. I practice self-love in small ways on a daily basis. Every single day in the morning, I told myself I love you to myself in front of the mirror, which is practicing mirror work. So I practice mirror work, which is repeating affirmations to myself in front of the mirror. And most importantly, of course, I showed up for myself on a weekly basis for my self-love session, and that is where I went even deeper. I started to practice shadow work. I started to practice inner child healing. I did mirror work conversation, which I'll be talking about more in another video about what that is. It's like a self-love conversation with yourself in front of the mirror that really heals me and that makes me feel appreciated, seen, heard, and loved. And guided visualization when it comes to inner child healing and self-love. And I did all of these things on Sunday for my weekly self-love session, and that is how I was able to learn how to be happy on my own, how to be happy and single, how to appreciate and love my own company, how to learn how to love myself, accept and embrace who I really am. And that's when I started to discover my authentic self. It was when I showed up for my weekly self-love sessions and asked myself questions, and I was alone with myself. Starting my self-love journey had the biggest impact that I could possibly even put into words. But of course, later down the line, I also took responsibility for my habits and my routine because it was kind of all over the place, and I realized I wanted better for myself. Because that's something that also comes from a place of self-love, is you say, I want better for myself. I deserve better. I deserve to do better in life. Which leads me to the next part, which is practicing self-care. Now, practicing self-care, getting good night of sleep when it comes to quality and quantity, and drinking enough water, and eating nutritiously, and spending time outside in nature. Let me tell you, ever since I started to, for example, take a walk outside in nature and practice somatic movement to release trauma and stress and anxiety, to get out of fight and flight mode, I never felt more peaceful and happy in my entire life. Like seriously, I never felt more peaceful and happy. And I always used to be anxious and kind of felt restless and stressed. So when I started taking care of my mental health, of course, I started to glow more. I started to feel lighter and more happier and more carefree. And I regained my spark back. So take this as a reminder that you should start taking better care for your mental health. And I also do brain dumping. I'm a huge believer in journaling as well. And spending time in nature is like my medicine, as well as exercising, which really helped me a lot when it comes to my mental, emotional health as well. And when it comes to also feeling less stressed, which is really good. And now talking about your physical appearance and your hair and your skin, of course, we cannot forget about that. That is also part of your glow up. Ever since I started to practice beauty fascia massage, holy moly camole, I have a snatched jawline. This cheekbones right here, like this is no contouring. Like I literally didn't contour my cheekbones. This was developed through the facial massage that I do every single day, as well as every single time after a massage, I feel like I have a natural facelift. Ever since I started to do facial massage, let me tell you, I never felt more beautiful. This is from Anastasia Beauty Fascia. Seriously, love her. Literally highly recommend this to everyone. So yes, my beauty fascia massage helped me to feel more beautiful and confident when it comes to my physical appearance. And of course, not that I wasn't before, but it's just like enhancing my already beautiful face, if you know what I mean, okay? So that's how I see it. I started taking better care for my skin. I know the fact that having, acne or hyperpigmentation can affect your self-esteem a little bit, or a lot, depending on the state of your skin and how it looks, or how many acne that you deal with and how bad it is. I don't know. So ever since I started to take better care of my skin, I literally go out without makeup on, which is a really big thing. I'm going to film a video about this in the future, about acne positivity and acne neutrality and my honest opinion about it. But yeah, do what's best for you. I feel really good and I feel better that I started taking better care for my skin, that I have clear skin now. It's significantly better than in the past. And of course, we cannot forget about our hair. I know that a lot of people have vitamin deficiencies. I took a blood test and I found out that I had a vitamin D deficiency. So I actually am taking vitamin D supplements. You may want to go to the doctor and get a blood test done. If you struggle with hair loss or hair thinning, I'm also taking better care for my hair as well. But yeah, ever since I started to taking better care for my skin, my hair, and my body, and my mental, physical, emotional health, I started to feel not only happier, more free, more peaceful, and that radiated externally in my mood and energy, and as well as when it comes to my physical appearance. The more that you take care of yourself by practicing self-care mentally, emotionally, physically, in all levels, you start to feel happier, lighter, more free, and more emotionally stable, and that reflects in your face. So everything that you feel internally is now glowing externally when it comes to your energy, your aura, as well as you taking care of your physical appearance is making you glow and feel more confident and attractive and beautiful. And that is also helping you glow and grow into your dream self. So that's it guys with the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I really loved filming this video, and let me know in the comments down below what was your takeaway from this video. I would love to read your comments, and as well as if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to watch the video how to actually start your self-love journey. Of course, don't forget to click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss out on another episode of the self-love series, where I will guide you step by step on how you can build a healthy, loving relationship with yourself and everything when it comes to self-love that you need to know so that you can have the relationship of your dreams when it comes to yourself. Because this self-love series is dedicated for you to learn how to build a healthy, loving relationship with yourself, and as well as much more and everything that you need to know about self-love, so that you can learn how to truly love yourself and know what self-love truly means and how it can impact you and your life in a positive way. This is a step-by-step guide on how you can start your self-love journey without feeling overwhelmed or confused, and how you can make consistent progress from now on so that you can start building the healthy, loving relationship with yourself. Because I know it can feel very overwhelming to watch a bunch of videos and apply all the advice all at once and feel overwhelming. So I gave you a very clear plan for your self-love journey that's very easy to follow through, so that you can start building the healthy, loving relationship with yourself that you desire. That being said, I'll see you on my next episode of the self-love series. Bye.